So a live action of the hit game Twisted Metal is now out on Peacocks streaming service. And now we have moved on to episode 6 of the series. But before we start, subscribe now if you have already watched the whole series. If not, this is the spoiler warning now. Be sure to watch the series before watching this video. With that out of the way, let's get started. So here is a summary of episode 6 of the Twisted Metal TV series. Episode 6 of the Twisted Metal series on Peacock, titled Through, opens with a flashback to the time when Quiet and Loud worked at OC Farmlands. Quiet reveals that she has secured a bondage contract wherein they could have their lives back in 4 years after working for someone with a beach house. She convinces Loud to follow suit, and we jump back into the present day. In the present day, John and Quiet seek shelter from a dangerous storm in a familiar place. During this time, Quiet reflects on her past. If you like the summary of this episode, we suggest you take the time to watch episode 6.
I think I made the right call.
It wasn't your call to make.
Says the asshole who poisoned me.
And I told you not to come back for me.
Well, I ignored that.
Why?
Because it was a stupid fucking thing to say.
Well, you're fucking stupid.
Well, so are you. Yeah.
Next, did any new characters get introduced in this episode? In the 6th episode of the Twisted Metal TV series, titled Through, several new characters were introduced. First, Zachary. A note is found hanging from a dagger sticking out of his chest, stating that his name is Zachary and he is an astronaut who had ascended to his home on the Two-Ring planet. The note also mentions that an escape pod is coming for his mortal flesh and instructs not to move his body. John Doe, one of the main characters, drags Zachary out the door. Second, Maria. Maria is a handler in the OC. Maria is portrayed by actress Lara Grice. She owns Quiet and uses Quiet as her servant. Maria is seen comparing finger jewelry with an acquaintance while Quiet is forced to take her master's order at the counter. Third, Gazelle. Like Maria, she is also a handler in the OC. Fourth, Cowan. In episode 6 of Twisted Metal, the character Cowan is played by Billy Slaughter. Like Gazelle and Maria, he is a OC handler and is the manager of Astral Burger where Loud works. Fifth, the Reapers. The Reapers are not a single person but a squad. In a flashback, it is revealed that a crazy shooter, who is a keeper like Quiet, announces to everyone that OC does not plan on keeping their contracts, and even after her 4 years is over, she is still in deep servitude. She is soon killed by the Reaper squad. Later in the episode, we see that the store manager was about to offer Loud to the Reapers, but Quiet saved him by killing all of them. So, interested in learning more about these new characters? Be sure to look at our shorts to get a quick glimpse. Next, let's talk about Easter eggs next. There are many Easter eggs and references to the Twisted Metal video games in episode 6. Here are 2 that were noticed. First, the vehicle Shadow. Shadow is seen to be original driven by the group the Reapers. Later in the episode we see Quiet take down the Reaper and steal the car Shadow. This explains how Loud and Quiet got the car earlier in the series. Second, Watkins storms. We see this storm happen around John Doe and Quiet. This is a reference to Watkins Harbor, which is a level in Twisted Metal's 2012 title. Only 2 Easter eggs were noticed, but did you see any others? Leave a comment below with what you found.
Jello, Zachary. Fucking dork.
The 6th episode of the Twisted Metal TV series, titled Through, has several notable moments. First, Quiet's OC Farmland flashback. The opening flashback scene where Quiet reveals to her brother Loud that she has secured a bondage contract that promises them a better life after 4 years of servitude. This sets up the contrast between their hopeful dreams and the harsh reality they face later. Second, John and Quiet get together. The 2 sex scenes between Quiet and John in a ball pit inside an abandoned diner. These scenes show the chemistry and tension between the 2 characters, as well as their vulnerability and loneliness. Third, Quiet saves Loud from the Reapers. The scene where Quiet saves Loud from being killed by the Reapers, a group of masked assassins who hunt down people who break their contracts with OC Farmlands. This scene showcases Quiet's courage and loyalty to her brother, as well as her skills in combat. Fourth, John and Quiet play 20 questions. The scene where Quiet and John play a game of questions and answers while waiting out a storm. This scene reveals more about their personalities, beliefs, and past experiences. John believes in ocean ghosts and UFOs, while Quiet's fondest memory is visiting Disneyland. Finally, John asks Quiet to officially join his run. The scene where John proposes to Quiet to run away with him to San Francisco, but she rejects him. This scene exposes the emotional wounds and trust issues that both characters have, as well as their conflicting views on life and love.
You hugged a giant mouse? That's disgusting. I would never take a child to this land of monsters.
It was the happiest place on earth, motherfucker.
And with that, we discussed the synopsis of the episode, what new characters were introduced, notable moments and Easter eggs. If there is anything else we should have added, please be sure to leave a comment below. Thanks for watching. Be sure to watch another video on the screen. We appreciate you watching and hope to see you again.